So we're here with Lindy-Fay, most notably of Vardrona, but very recently also a solo artist. How are you doing once again?
I'm, I'm doing fine, thank you. And I hope you are doing good also. It's also this album, I have to say, this new album I made together with a band. So
Mhm.
that is not a solo work, it's De Farene and me, Lindy-Fay and De Farene. So this time I've been collaborating with the band for a
Okay,
new
so
release.
because this is something that wasn't really clear for me. So I know you
Yes,
had a record previous to that,
yeah.
Seafarer, I think.
Solo. Yes, and that was a
Mhm.
solo work,
And now I see your name and another band's name on that, and I want to know, okay, is this a band that's an entire entity, or is it like your backing band?
No, we are an entire entity. The thing is that they absolutely wanted to have my name there for one reason. I said
Hmm.
that can't we just have a band name and be working together? And I said, no, but we don't. We kind of like that you are in the
Yeah, so
front.
they wanted to push that name on the front.
Yeah, and I said, but no way that I'm going to be alone. But when I'm working together with people, I don't feel comfortable with saying, oh, it's just you know I'm a solo artist, but it doesn't feel right.
Mm.
So that's why we have this super long name, Lindy-Fay and Erfarne, because we had to agree upon that. Okay, then we have my name, but we also have a name for you. And De Farene means those who are gone in our
Mhm.
dialect. So it
Yes.
can be
So,
those who
so
are
where are
gone.
they
Not
gone?
they can be anywhere. So they say it for it can be out from on the ocean. It can be on a
Mhm.
journey. It can be in the shop. And of course, if you are departed from this world, it can also. But de farene is in if it's several people, then it's de
Mhm.
farene.
Okay.
If it was
Because
you, that was, huh?
this was
Sorry.
something that so this whole band situation was something that has been giving me trouble because so the website that I'm writing for, it doesn't only just write reviews, it's also a database for bands and so on. It's
Yeah,
mostly metal, but also metal adjacent stuff, and you're twice removed from metal, so once from Vardra and now another time removed from metal through being uh, another band that's
yeah.
if that makes sense. But I want to add a profile, and wasn't sure. Okay, how am I going to add a profile? I'm going to add just Lindy-Fay and two albums and make this one sort of a collaboration, or do I add another band profile for Dave Farne and make it its own second thing? So, in a way, are you a member of Dave Farne or not?
Yes, I am because de farene exists because I was with them in the first. We just gave that name together for them.
Mm, okay,
So
so
they were supposed to be my backing band on the first tour that never happened. Corona
mhm,
happened and everything for the Seafarer album, and then we just started to make things together. When
mhm.
on rehearsal, it just automatically happened that we started to make new things.
Okay, so in the future we will see more albums that will have that name on it.
Yes, absolutely. And I also collaborate with other people. And then it's only me, my name, and
Mm,
maybe the other bands. Like
mm.
I
But
didn't know it's Phone and it's Phone and me. It's like yeah.
but
So
we will possibly see a Dave Farn album that doesn't have you at all.
and no, I don't think so. I
Hmm.
wouldn't mind if they wanted. Of course, they can do whatever they want, but haven't heard about that yet because it's just it actually have that name because they absolutely didn't want to have a band name in the first place, and
Mm,
I talked them into have one. And then a
so you,
third person came in and say, "Yeah, I've been thinking about this cool name, so
mhm.
for them." So yeah, it's
Okay. So how did this come to be? How did it take shape?
um, it took shape. It felt more and more natural. I just wanted to work with these people because it was so cozy being rehearsals with them, and the rehearsals were meant for be for 2 hours, and it went for a whole day,
Mhm.
and things, and we were rehearsing just 10 minutes from where I live now, in a small studio that is called Mors Kjeller, which means mother's basement. And it's because the engineer there, he has a studio in his mother's basement. So we were just hanging out, drinking coffee and making music. And then I wanted to make it. Suddenly it was just an album there. It was several songs. And I said, yeah, I want to release this stuff. So.
And how is it different from working on your first album?
The first album was meant to be an a cappella in the first place. So I made a lot, because I've been doing that for many years, just recorded layers of voices. And also because I lost during I moved some years ago, and then I lost, you know, what do you call it in English? This big like synth thing with like an organ or like
like a piano, but something like that.
Electronical, yes, electronical. I lost that, and I also borrowed away my synth that just have so. I just came up with that. No, now I just want to use my voice to make just for an experiment. So I made a lot of songs just with voice, but then I started to get bored of that, and I just wanted to see what happens if I take these songs here and give it to some musician, or like I asked some musician if they could do what they wanted to do with the songs, but then the songs were already there, you know. So that's the whole difference. The songs, the melodies and the choir arrangements was always made without any instrument.
And then everything was added on top of it.
Yes, of course we adjusted a little bit to get things to fit, because the drums, for example, the drum beat when you sing, at least when I sing, because I don't read notes and stuff. So it showed up that I have a little bit of weird rhythms going on here and there. So then it took some time to adjust for some reason to that. And I had to make some small adjustments also to get this to fit with an actual rhythm that is, you know, that is possible to follow for someone. It's different with voice, I think. If you can, I don't know. It was a very fun process because I learned a lot also in that thing. But it's this album is we just made everything together from scratch.
Yeah, so it was the entire process was different. You didn't start from the voice. You started everything at the same time, and it's.
Yes, I did send a couple of ideas, but that was just very small melody lines, not anything written in stones, you know. So, yeah. So I did that this time, but it's fun to do something new also. But this it just happened.
So yeah. Will we ever see like an entirely a cappella version of it?
Of this album, no. The
lost demo of Seafarer, something like that, something like just Seafarer completely a cappella.
That can maybe happen. That can maybe happen one day, because I haven't been thinking about it, but there is a possibility. But there are 2 or 3 songs I already put out
on SoundCloud, I remember.
Yes, SoundCloud. And that was just me recording in my living room. You know, it's very. You know, I'm not a sound engineer, so in a simple way, but there you see the melodies, how I make the melodies in the first place. So the Seafarer is there, and
yeah, I think it would be a very interesting concept to make an album could be completely interesting just through voice alone.
Yeah, I might do that when I like to do different things. So maybe.
So I think Björk did something like that. Medulla, I think, is just completely voice.
Yeah,
so maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's very. I love different voices also as an instrument. You know, it's so much possibilities there. So who knows? Maybe.
Okay, so yeah, for the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
You'll have to release like a big art book, digipack, something.
Yeah, I think how many years do I have on me now? Then like 5, 6 years. Okay, I was thinking about it. Maybe that's something.
Yeah, you have to plan ahead right now.
Yeah. Yes.
It will have to be limited edition.
Limited. Yeah. You got me on some ideas there actually. See. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I'm only
Hmm.
telling you what I see from other people and trying to say, okay, this would make sense.
Yeah. No, but it is actually. It's been a couple of people who have suggested something like that too. That I should actually release some of those things. So maybe.
Okay.
Mm.
So now, how was all of this different from working in Vardruna?
Um, yeah, that is very different, of course, because here I can do exactly what I want all the time. You know,
Mm,
I'm the uh, and in Vardruna I'm more like in a way like a guest in a way, but I do
mhm,
have freedom there also. You know, it's like I'm not doing anything I don't want to do, or I do come with these or melodies, the lines here and there, and I have things to do there also. But you know, there is Aina who I get often served. You know, I get some kind of a skeleton, or he has
mm.
maybe worked out the music beforehand, and then there are places where can you come up with something here, you know. Yeah, so that's it's very interesting. Also, I love working with him as well, and
Otherwise, you wouldn't have been working with him for so long.
no, yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, it's the years has just flown by, and I still but he lives on the other side of the country.
Hmm.
So there I've been also sending ideas to him if he asked me to do something,
Mm,
and it has happened that I'm be sending, okay, I can do this, like something like this, and then send it to him
mm.
on just on the, so it's super nice that the technology is like that these days, that you can just
Yeah, it
take a
wasn't like that
glimpse.
when you first started working for the project.
Yeah, no. Then it was like in rain, snow, weather, and then you just had to go to that. I don't have a car either, so just had to go to his studio wherever that was,
Hmm.
and so that was one of the times. But we made it through that too. So
Mm.
uh,
So
yeah,
if you actually got in a car now, how long would it take to get to him?
about 9 hours, I think.
Okay, that's a lot. So
Yeah,
I
that's
cannot. When I think of Norway on a map, so it's like a very vertical country. So I imagine that it wouldn't take that long if it's on the other side.
it's, you know what it is. That mountain range. You have
Mm,
to go up to the high
okay,
mountains.
yeah,
And that
that makes
is
sense.
in the winter time. Yeah, in the winter time, it's a fair chance you don't get down there. You can
Mm,
get stuck for many hours also.
yeah, if especially if it's snowing. But
Yeah, yeah.
I expect the trip can be very beautiful considering the landscapes.
It is absolutely. When you get up there, it's like, and also a lot of tunnels on the way. Like then you
Mm,
don't see anything, but in between there, it's super. It's very beautiful nature.
mm.
And so we are
Well,
taking just to be safe that we are not stranded, because I do have a driving license.
mhm.
I just don't own a car because I don't see the point in that. I'm living outside the city, and it's expensive, and I would like to walk anyway. So
Yeah,
walk.
every time something gets broken for it, you have to
Yeah,
fix this, now you have to fix this, and
yeah.
now you
So
have to fill up the tank. It's not a worthy investment indeed.
yeah, if I would live on a very remote place, maybe consider it. But yeah, as you say,
Mm. Yeah, if you
like it's
especially have good public transport, good trains.
yeah, no problems. Then it's very. We are taking the train tomorrow with Leif Aren, and I taking the train to Oslo because we are having a concert.
Oh, so you're actually having concerts now.
We are having one concert. That is,
Well,
yes,
make the most of it.
yeah, we will make absolutely the most out of it. So we're taking a train over tomorrow,
Mhm,
and we have friends coming. Some of them from the Vardruna crew is coming,
mhm,
and mm, some of this from Calandra, and this. So we have some people that
mhm.
we know that we go. So
Okay.
we are planning to have some kind of a party afterwards,
Mhm.
maybe.
Okay, so this interview will not go live until after that concert will have finished. So if you have any special songs coming, you can tell us right now. It wouldn't spoil anything. So if you're thinking
Yeah,
of covering some Depeche Mode song, maybe.
Oh, that would be fantastic. We don't have any covers this time. We only have the
You need to call up the boys now and rehearse. You only have
yeah.
one day to.
Yeah. Yeah. What Depeche Mode songs do you like the best? Do you have any
I
favorite?
think Strange Love is my favorite Depeche Mode song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's on Black Celebration. I think you mentioned that being the album that kind of was formative in that field.
Yes. Yeah. But that is probably because Strange Love, that is one of the new albums. And I guess you are a lot younger than me. I guess I'm
Yeah,
almost old.
I'm fairly young. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fairly old actually now. So it's like I'm almost 50. So so Black Celebration was like that I listened to when I was 8 years old or something.
Mhm.
And that was I can remember that day to this day when I discovered that music.
Well, Strange Love, I think it was on the album after it, so it's not
Is
that.
it? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was a couple of albums after it. Maybe I wasn't.
I'm checking it right now. So it was, yeah, Music from the Masses. It's right after Black Celebration in '87.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that Music for the Masses album also a lot, and all the older ones,
Mhm.
very old ones. I think
Yeah.
they are super nice. Mm.
Okay, so uh, obviously Depeche Mode is not the only band, the only electronic band that has had an influence on you, because I just listened to the new album now. I think I heard the section that really reminded me of Kraftwerk.
Yeah, Kraftwerk. I listened to a lot to Kraftwerk, and also the synth player in Die Farene. He also we have very common
Mhm.
taste. So he also had listened to Kraftwerk. We have
So you're still not playing synths on the new record.
still not, that is because, and maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's laziness also. I have no idea. I've played a lot of synth before.
Mhm.
And then when these instruments, I think I just got so frustrated when these instruments disappeared during that movement. One of them was
Mhm.
destroyed, and the other one, yeah, I borrowed it away, but I just and I would get it back if I asked, hey, can I get it? But I would get it back immediately, but I haven't. I just figured out, okay, I'm just going to play around with the voice now, and then that is gone by 3-4 years, without.
Mhm.
So maybe I suddenly feel the urge to
Well, you
play
can
the synth
just
again.
get the synth and get the vocals, and maybe
Mhm.
then the result will not be as folkish. Maybe you'll do something that's more synth pop like Depeche Mode.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I am planning to make a little studio in my
Mhm.
home next year, because if I really hope the concerts are rolling again, then
Mhm.
I will have more normal. I will have a normal economy, so then I can buy some stuff to.
Yeah, I can expect that everything was shaken up by this, uh,
Yeah,
by the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
lockdown, and
Yes.
especially there's still some continuing uncertainty. You don't even know, okay, now it's over or now it's starting again. It's keeps shifting.
Yeah, and it's, I think, for most people, but also especially for maybe musicians or people working within,
Mhm.
sound engineers, light engineers. So it's been very, so many people have gotten other work just
Mhm.
because they can't make the wheels go around. So,
Mhm.
so I'm work, but I love it. I have a part-time job in a health shop, but to learn more about herbs
Mhm.
and things like that. And I wanted to do that anyway, so I had a chance. I was thinking I will never get that job. I will apply for a job, and if do you need any people now
Experience.
and then, um, and so I've been working there for over a year, like since part-time. So that is then I'm totally okay. I feel lucky about that, and I can learn some new stuff
Mhm.
at the same time. Mm.
Okay, so what music do plants listen to?
Oh, plants. What do I think? I have a theory about that. I heard that I heard that they love classical music,
Mhm.
but these plants here that I have, they're used to my singing, I think. But anyway, because I have headset, I don't have I have a small apartment, so I don't have with speakers and stuff. Always use hats. But I think that plants love the music. Those who are if you are nice to your plants, and they can even love metal or whatever, because they recognize the music with those who are watering them and caring for them. My grandmother, she had enormous plants. She was singing to them. We used to kid with that, like yeah, it's just, how does she have these plants? And everybody's, yeah, probably because of that singing, she's singing to them. But then it has been done some research, I've heard, and they have found out that plants love music or whatever. They can react on stuff. So
yeah, I do remember my mother was telling me when I was watering the plants, which was the chore that I had to do most of the time, that she was talking to them, that I should talk to them as well. And it felt a bit weird. It was one of those things like don't whistle inside the house or something like that, which was all the knowledge or something like that, or the superstition. To me, it felt like superstition, but now it might make a bit sense.
Yeah, it's they have done serious research on that matter. I don't know if you heard about the experiment that they have done. It was actually the horn player Eilif from Vadreno told me that they have done this research on a group of people being in a room, and this is scientists that have done. It's not like just a story that might be true or might not.
So it's an actual study, okay?
Yes, and then there's a group of people in a room and a plant, like several plants, and one person had had to go to one of the plants and smash it in the floor, and stamp on it and stuff. And they had sensors on the other plants, and the plants got stressed. And then everybody was leaving, or they could see that there was something going on. And then all the people were leaving. People went in again. Everything was fine if it was with these people who hadn't been doing this to that plant. It was only one person that had smashed the plant. And then
and they could somehow sense that person was in the room.
Yes, they could sense when this person was coming in again that had smashed this plant. They could see a reaction because, must be something. Yes.
Yeah, I also read something like this, that that smell you smell when you're cutting grass, you're mowing the lawn. Those are pheromones to alert the other grass that it's being cut. But I don't know what it would be used for, because it's not like the grass can run.
No, but I had a long discussion, me and Christian actually, and or Gal, we said, but and Eilif. We were walking along some years ago. We had a discussion about these plants and trees, and he said, Eilif also, that they had checked with trees, that when you're cutting the trees, if it is in a field where trees have been cutting with this chainsaw and so, the other trees around start, with time to make a thicker bark, the outer layer. So they have measured things like that. If something happens, that maybe some signals, then maybe it is the smell of stress makes the other plants grow more sturdy.
Okay, so I think that's enough about plants.
Yes, but that was fun.
Okay, so one of the musicians that has collaborated with Vardruna also happens to be one of the only singers that I've seen live this year. So I'd like you to tell me, how exactly did the collaboration with Aurora happen?
Oh, I think I'm not sure. She lives in the same city as me. So I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Einar or her. I haven't asked who were kind of asking who, but I know that she wanted to do something with us for them, because yeah, she likes the band, and of course we like her. So it was a really nice collaboration, that one, and up in the northern Norway. And she has also, we had a concert. She also were joining us here in Bergen on an outdoor concert. So it was like more like, I guess it's like it's been in Bergen for many years, that if you happen to be a musician, you are kind of, it's normal to collaborate with others.
Yeah,
So
but
it was
Bergen isn't really that big of a city, right?
no, it's not big at all. But there are quite a
But there
lot
are
of
a lot of
musicians here.
musicians, so obviously everybody knows everybody. If
Yeah,
you're
it
in the
is a bit like that.
same circles and so on.
Yeah. You either know everybody or you will know at one point. Everybody's crossing each other's lines sometime.
But
So
you haven't actually recorded anything together
no, we haven't at the moment. So
at the moment.
no, that I did. I have no idea if that will happen or anything. I have no idea. But yeah,
I mean, it would be a cool thing eventually.
of course. Yeah.
All right. So obviously, I first came to know about you through your music with Vardruna, but can you tell us what were you doing in music before that happened?
I was doing a lot of. I was in, synth. I was playing synth and stuff, and also singing. But I was in a duo called. We have never split up, so one time we will probably make something out of it. We have just not released anything. But it's called Ullan Gansa, and it's me and Arne Sandvold, who is also in Vardruna Live. When we are live, Arne is with us.
Yeah, I've heard that name before, and I tried searching up, and I didn't find anything being released. So this is why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, he's a fantastic musician. He is a multi-instrumentalist. He's the only person I know that I can actually hear a melody, and then he can write it down on notes. That he has what do you call this, absolute
Pitch.
yeah. So he can hear the tiniest. But the good thing with him, now I'm bragging about him, but that's because I just think he is so insanely good. He is one of the most musically talented people I've ever met. It's like he's so free, although he can hear everything that he like when things are a bit off or things are. So instead of like tuning into, although he can think, oh, I hear things are a bit false, or here things are a bit off, he likes things like that. Still, his job is like when he's not having concerts and stuff, his job is actually to write down note sheets for composers. So he get this recordings or so, and he just write down the notes.
And you were in this band, so this was the only one that's still not officially disbanded, right?
Yes, and I think the reason for that is we are too alike. We just start new things, but we have tons of music, really. But a lot of it is on a hard disk that was this that no one has been able to fix. The computer crashed.
Yeah, I can understand.
That has happened.
Seems like you have to do it all over again.
Yeah. No, but we have some music also that Gal of all people has been taken care of. Because he was at one. We had some concerts in Bergen in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he that's how I got to know him, because he loved our concerts so much that he had said to a friend, I want to meet, I want to get to know these people. So he came backstage and we started talking, and it just clicked, but he has a demo. We don't have it, also. We are so loosely organized that we don't have it ourselves, but he has it. So and that's also how I came to be involved with, because Einar was also one of. I think we had 4 concerts in total. And then
okay, so then you went and met Einar and Gal and all these people. So
yes,
before that, did you listen to metal?
No, I didn't listen to that. I just happened to be very good friends with these people that was in this metal band, because I was playing, or in addition of playing this Ulangansa, I was also guesting already in the 90s, guesting other people's stuff. So I have been on a couple of, but that is so long time ago that I don't know the names anymore, because
Yeah, because I also searched to see if you were guesting on anything else. And for example, I'm looking on Metal Archives because
yeah,
these are usually the best archives for this kind of stuff.
yeah.
So I'm going on your profile for guest music. Most of them are from the 2000s.
Yeah,
So the
so it's
oldest one is from Sark in
yeah.
2008.
So, but there was also something in the 90s. I was joining on something, but I can, and also some noise projects. I was into noise,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit into the noise scene that was in the early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
or like but that is not metal, of course, but it was sure noisy. So and that was fun. It was really fun.
I can expect that. But what
Yeah.
was the first black metal album that you remember loving? So not just something that somebody you knew made and said, okay, this is okay, but something that you actually genuinely enjoyed.
Um, this is so almost embarrassing, because I have not really listened to a whole metal. But I've been listening to that's not really metal either, is it? Like Galsvyrd. I love
Kind
that.
of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very fond of that. But that is all because we are playing our music to each other before it's released, just to say, okay, what do you think is, so we are playing. So I've heard that album before it was released, or all of them. So, and that is not only because I happen to know, be friends with this guy, but I am very fond of Galsvyrd, I have to say. So, but I'm sure I would love if I was sitting down and listening to some metal. So because I hear stuff here and there, and I really appreciate the what do you call it, the musicality of it. But I'm so stuck in if I'm working with either with some stuff, or listen to old techno or 70s 80s synth music. So I'm just into that habit and listening to all this stuff I've always listened to, or maybe I discover some things. But I haven't. No, I don't understand why. It's probably because I know Christian and Einar and all these people. I have no idea why. Many people would think that I'm somehow in the metal scene, but I've
Well,
never
you're
been.
doing an interview with the metal
Yes,
webzine right now.
yeah, I know. So it's like,
You're embarrassing us.
yeah, no, I'm embarrassed. No, no, I'm nice people, but that's what I say. I've always had very good friends that are metal musicians, and they included me. I was one of the few girls, here in Bergen who were, but they were like mostly guys, and we were, I don't know, a few girls. But here in Bergen, that doesn't that doesn't matter. No one thinks like, okay, because I have discovered sometimes when I've been out of Norway that it seems like, is it a divide between the genders or what? I don't understand, because here we are all friends. We've always been, hanging out and stuff and discussing music and playing music. So yeah.
So
Maybe that.
I thought as a Norwegian it would be legally required to like black metal.
But I don't say I don't like it. I just say that I do like it, but I haven't listened. I'm just honest, instead of making up. Oh, I listened to this in this album. I've been to a concert once with oh my god, name some metal bands from Bergen, please.
From
Bergen, name some of them.
Enslaved.
Yes, I've been to a concert with them. Absolutely fantastic.
I'll have to do
And
my research because I don't know who's from Kristiansand, who's from Oslo.
yeah,
Metal.
because of course now it is a band that I can't remember just because I'm
Orknagar, Immortal, Take, Immortal.
Immortal. I was
Okay.
also at the concert with them because I used to go to school with one of the guys. It was fantastic concert.
Mhm.
So I do appreciate a lot. Also, I was working as a bartender on Hole in the Sky some years ago. So I immensely, I loved it, I was in the bar and handing out the beers and stuff. And then I got all the concerts. It's super, that I really enjoyed. So I can say that I like metal, but I just haven't listened to a whole record yet, except from Galsfield.
Well, it seems like you have some homework to do.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Thankfully, you now have a contact from a metal webzine who can recommend some black metal albums.
Oh, no. Oh my God.
I mean, that is my job. I recommend music to people.
Yeah, please recommend something.
Okay, so right now I'm also working on getting into article, which is an article series that we're doing where we're going through an artist's entire discography and talking about each of their albums. It's more like a retrospective. The one that I'm doing is Negra Bunjet, which is a band from my country.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that name seems oddly familiar.
No, let me. Yes, necro something. Yeah, there's a.
Okay. So their best album, it's titled Om, which means human in Romanian.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. You listen to that, you
I will
listen to
write it
everything.
down. I will write it down if you have the time. That I will just find a pen. Is it okay?
I think there's a
I will,
chat here. I'll just send you a link.
yeah, send me a link because I will check it out after the weekend when I have done the concert. I will absolutely check them out. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So we're nearing the end of the interview. I also have to ask if you could get any living director to direct a music video for Dave Farn, who would it be?
Oh, any living director. We are actually very fond of the two ones that we had already. I have to recommend them to Ferruccio Goya and Gowie, the Icelandic fantastic nature scenery guy. So these two we are very fond of. Let me see. Of course, this what is his name again? Sorry about that. It's just because I'm tired. The Twin Peaks guy.
David Lynch.
Yes, of course, I would have David Lynch to direct something for us.
Okay. So
I think he would.
I do ask this question a lot to musicians because obviously it's a very original question, and I can safely say that David Lynch has been answered the most.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Why do you think that is?
He has, first of all, he has his own very recognizable style, which is always, and it's very dark, but it's also, it has all these characters. Let's say, just take an example of this series, this Twin Peaks. All the actors, the characters of these people he gathers up to play the different roles. It's just like something else. So it's full of soul, the whole thing, and it's this dog. It's all these oddities that's what I think. There's a lot of mysterious things going on.
And it's not very easy to interpret.
No, I think you have to be David Lynch to make something like this. It has to be him. If it wasn't for Dowie and Ferruccio Goya, we had to reel in. That is the person I really. But it's fun that it doesn't surprise me that a lot of others also want
Mhm.
him
Yeah,
as a director.
completely not surprising. I'm sure
Mm.
our editor will love that. So I think this is it. Do you have any other messages to tell to our readers?
Now I will tell a message to readers soon. I'm so embarrassed now, because please excuse me. It is because I've been doing a lot of things lately. I'm tired, and then I get very, very, very forgetful, especially with the closest things. So I have, of course, been guest on this Italian metal band lately, and also I've been doing. But that is not metal either, is it? But My Dying Bride, I've done something with.
Yeah, that's
And
metal. That's metal.
yeah, it's metal. Yeah, I'm not sure. There you go. I'm not sure what it, but very nice people, all of them. So this is just me being. So then I forget, because I have been doing so much things the last few years. And then you have, of course, the Greek band Macabre Omen, and you have another one which I've
Kavir.
been Kavir. So Kavir. So I've been doing some guests there. So it's been something. And yeah, this is, yeah, that's sorry, it's just been very, very busy. But that they will find, I'm so happy that I recalled. It's just yeah, my brain is just fairly cooked right now. But for the listeners, I would say thank you so much for listening, although it's not completely metal. It's been very nice talking to you too, and also I'm looking very forward to travel again on the road with both Vardrun and Erfaren, and I hope, of course, that maybe some of you can show up.
I can only hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much again.
Thank you, and have a nice evening.